There's a city just outside of Birmingham that almost sounds made up when you start reading what people actually say about it. People describe it as a small town with big city ties and even as Mayberry on steroids, a place where weekends revolve around creekside walks, ball fields, community events, and historic little downtown that looks straight out of a postcard. People move here for the slower pace, the parks and the trails, the tight-knit community feel, and the way it still manages steady growth year after year, with new rooftops and a growing town center. If you're thinking about relocating in the next year or two, this is what life actually looks like in Helena, Alabama. I'm Zach Jones, a local realtor right here in Greater Birmingham, and my team and I help people like you buy, sell, and relocate to cities like Helena, Hoover, Pelham, and all across the Birmingham area every single week. So if you want local insight or just to figure out your next move, click the link below to schedule a call. And if you're considering Helena as your next home, this video will give you a clear picture of what day-to-day life looks like. Helena is one of those places where the lifestyle is slower, calmer, and very community driven. People know their neighbors, you'll see kids out on bikes, families at the parks, and people walking around Old Town in the evenings. It has a genuine small town feel, but you're still within a short drive from Birmingham, Hoover, or Alabaster, so you're not isolated. Old Town Helena is really the heart of the city. Coffee shops, boutiques, Buck Creek, the waterfall and amphitheater. It's the postcard photo everyone knows. And on the weekends, it's an easy place to grab dinner, walk around, and catch a community event. Helena has quietly become one of the most in-demand suburbs in the Birmingham area. You've probably noticed new neighborhoods, new construction, and more retail pushing outward from the main corridors. Most people move here for three big reasons: the lifestyle and sense of community, proximity to larger cities while still feeling tucked away, and consistent residential growth and demand over the past decade. There's continuing development near Highway 52, Highway 13, and the areas that connect Helena to Hoover and Pelham, plus ongoing residential expansion that's bringing more options to different price points. So if you're someone who loves outdoor space, Helena shines. You've got the Buck Creek area, the amphitheater, Joe Tucker Park, and Cahaba River access nearby, and a lot of green space throughout the city. A typical day might look like going to your favorite coffee shop, taking the kids to the park, walking the trails, or heading down to the creek for photos, which a lot of locals do. Helena isn't built like Hoover or Pelham where you have tons of big retail. This is part of the charm, but it also surprises some people. You've got all the essentials, groceries, gas, local restaurants, and some great small businesses, but for major shopping, big box stores, or entertainment, most people hop over to Hoover, Pelham, or Alabaster all within a short drive. This is one of those know before you move things. Helena feels quieter and more local, but everything you need is still so close by. Helena has a mix of older neighborhoods with sidewalks close to schools, newer subdivisions with more modern floor plans and amenities, townhomes and one-level garden homes, and a growing amount of new construction on the edge of the city. What stands out is how many people stay once they move here. Helena tends to be a long-term city for a lot of residents, which tells you a lot about the feel of the community. If you're moving to this area, housing costs is one of the first things most people ask about. In 2025, the typical home value in Helena sits around $350,000. So for someone looking for a 3 to 4 bedroom, moderate-sized home, pricing is right around the mid to upper 300s. If you want something newer, larger, or more upscale finishes, you'll be closer to $400,000 to $600,000 range. Because there's a healthy mix of housing types, there's also more modest and older homes and townhomes that can range from the low 200s to the upper 200s. Most people living in Helena commute into Hoover, downtown Birmingham, Alabaster, Pelham. Depending on where you live in Helena, you're generally 15 to 30 minutes from most major work areas. Highway 52 and Highway 261 are the main roads in and out, so mornings and afternoons can back up. Nothing crazy, but it's worth knowing. There's so many great things happening in Helena and what many consider to be the pros of the city. Strong sense of community, you'll see familiar faces the longer you live here. Small town charm with big city access, the perks of being tucked away and still having everything you need close by. Outdoor spaces and parks, there's always events or games going on so you won't be bored. Steady residential demand and growth, property values continue to increase every single year at faster rates than even neighboring cities. Local businesses that give it character, places you won't find in smaller size cities. These aren't cons, just things people usually don't know until they actually live here. Retail in the city is usually limited. A lot of people love this, and some wish there were more options. Commute times vary depending on where you work. Most people adjust quickly, but it is worth planning. Growth is happening, Helena is expanding, especially around the outer edges, so if you visited a few years ago, it's probably not the same city as it was then. Trains and traffic, well, Helena is located between multiple train tracks, so it's good to check your GPS before you leave, especially during rush hour. This could save you a lot of headache and frustration, and if you ask any local, they would advise you to do the exact same thing. Helena works really well for people who want a quieter suburb feel, community-driven lifestyle, access to outdoor spaces, proximity to Hoover, Pelham, or Alabaster without living in the bigger cities. If that sounds like you, this could be a great place to explore. If Helena's on your radar, whether you're relocating from across the country or moving from another part of Birmingham, my team and I help people every single week figure out which areas fit their lifestyle best. So if you want help narrowing down neighborhoods, comparing commute times, or getting a feel for what Helena really looks like based on your lifestyle, reach out anytime. Schedule a quick call using the link below in the description and subscribe so you don't miss any videos like this. I'm Zach Jones and I'll see you in the next video.